What's up, Martians? Welcome to a new video. In today's video I'm going to be making a tutorial of how to get into DCS, what I recommend for buying and just everything. So we'll start off by their site. You literally just enter DCS in Google and you'll just find it first thing, usually. Just click it, and then what you want to do for download is go to DCS World. After downloads, you can just drag your mouse over it. This opens up then like this, and then sorry for the weird cut. I just didn't understand why for some reason there's no open beta. I don't know why, but if there is, then choose open beta. It's so much better than normal. It's just you get early stuff and there's bugs, but you never encounter them. Like, I've never encountered one, pretty much. Like, sometimes things don't work in the mission editor, but it's so rare. I'll explain later what is the mission editor. So you want to press download, pretty obvious, and then you just press download. Download started. Also, I could probably just do that, and then you open up the DCS World web thingy. I don't know if you can see it, but it asks like, do you want to allow this app to make changes in your device? Yes. Just do yes. Then English or whatever you want. There's all of these. Press OK. Obviously you need to accept all of it. Next, and then this is where your files. Don't change it, and we'll just mess up everything. Don't change it. Do this, and you need to have a lot of gigabytes, because this is one heck of it. That is really a lot. That is 114 gigabytes, which is insane. Obviously I only got it installed, so this is as far as I can get. I am sorry. Now, let's get into DCS right here. Just double click it like every single other app. Right, so now that you got this open, you have this big screen. It's confusing. I'm not sure, but it should like do some other stuff, asking your logging and name and whatever. It's not that scary, all of this. I'll explain one by one. Obviously this is exit. It's pretty straightforward. Instant action. You press this, whatever modules you have. I personally have all of these, which is nothing. When you get the game, you get these two. This is like an old World War plane, the Mustang, I'm pretty sure, but like training version of it. And you have like these quick things that you can enter, and it's like really fun, but it's like it's easy, but it's good for people when you start first. Yeah, you could just do all of these. It literally says whatever you want to do. Here also a bunch of stuff, also here a bunch of stuff. Just things that you can instantly enter and do fun stuff. Create fast mission. This no one does. You press this and then you could like get some stuff, whatever airplane you want, whatever thing, where do you want to start from, enemy skill, some stuff. No one uses this. It's, I guess, if you wanna do like play like normal mission, like random whatever, just go to multiplayer 4YA. It's like you can play with friends also on this. It's much better. I'll explain this later. Next, mission. It kind of ties up with this, but I'm pretty sure you get missions from the game. This is all my missions. I'm gonna blur some of these so you can't see future videos or something. So yeah, you also have missions of the built-in missions like the F-15C, 15C, some built-in things that you don't need to make yourself. Okay, and you make it in here. Obviously I'll explain this later. Campaign, you can make yourself a campaign. I don't think anyone does that. There is the campaign of when you get the F-15, you get a campaign. Well, you buy it. It's pretty cool. Bear trap. Also, when you start the game, you get also this Georgian oil war campaign. It's pretty cool. Multiplayer. This isn't the most interesting part. This is actually where I got stuck and I didn't use for many months, which is annoying because this is one of the best things about this game. So obviously you can see a bunch of like servers right here. What I would recommend is 3 things. If you want a dogfight, then just enter just and then you have this Just Dance, which is literally just dogfighting, which is really cool. I enjoyed to do it with my friends. It's really fun. If you want to fly and like destroy ground targets, it's 4YA. So it's PvE, which is pretty cool. There's a bunch of stuff. And if you want mainly air-to-air, BVR. If you want to know what all these things mean, just go to other videos if I can explain this. This is going to be a 24-hour long video if I explain that. And second thing is Growling Signblinder. Most famous DCS YouTuber, I'm pretty sure. And he has this dedicated server, which is mainly air-to-air. No one does air-to-ground. Like, no one does air-to-ground in this server. So you should do it too, like air-to-air. Logbook, it's just like whatever. Encyclopedia. It's like you can look at fighter jets and things like that. It's pretty cool actually, if you want to learn or whatever. Training. This is actually really good if you're a starter. Obviously when you get this is the first thing. Just go through all of these. Go to training, SC27, the first thing that you get. Complete all of these. Pay attention to every single thing that they say. It's gonna get hard, but slowly you gotta understand what they're talking about. The SC25, did I say 27 before? SC25 is really underrated, I think. I don't know. I'm not really playing it too much, but it's a CAS aircraft, which is like a it's like the A-10, but just a Russian thing. It's really good, and it's underrated. Just learn about it, get it, like actually know what it's about, and then maybe buy something else, because this is really good. It's not good at air-to-air, that's it. Everything else is good. And it's slow, it's really slow. Right, replay. You can enter replay and see replay files that you saved. You can see at the end of a mission, you can like see it's save like save replay file. And yeah, that's it. Now mission editor. This is what I said. This is gonna scare you like hell. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is what you get the moment that you log in. This is the default map. Now, as you will see here, there's a lot of things. It's not that scary, honestly. This, you can check ranges. This, I honestly don't know. This is delete stuff. I don't know. This is like when you want to put like structures and things or whatever, like this or this or this. Just a bunch of things that you want to put in the ground. Yeah, it's pretty useful if you want to make like detailed missions, but it's not really important. This is actually something that I figured out like a month ago, which is sad because I've been playing this game for like 2 years. This is what you call a SAM site, or just, yeah, SAM site, which is a ground-to-air missile system, which is really cool, like with a bunch of missiles, radar and things. Now you can either do this, which is the easy way and the correct way, or you can take one by one and put the targets, which I'll show later how to do that. It's just dumb to do that. Just do this, which is quickly, and just you literally just press this, and that's it. And you can select right here every single thing that you want. And nation, Patriot site. Voila. Really simple. Right, this is ground targets. You can have all the way, like all of these. You air defense, armor, artillery. You can read. You can choose right here what kind of thing you want. So this is air defense. This is armor. Here, Patton, Abrams, Bradley. You can choose a bunch of things. That's how we set up things. And also waypoints. This is pretty important. Waypoints, just like locations. When you can set AI or yourself like locations that they will go or you will go, and it like tells you where to go. And you can delete right here. You can move it. Wait. You can move it. You can decide especially, I mean, in the ground targets, you can decide like what kind of things, like what kind of way they go. Put it on road, which is then they go on road. Yeah, you can do a bunch of stuff right here. What time they spawn in, even. Oh yeah, I want you to spawn in 8 and 6 minutes. And this also, you just press this add thing. It's just additional things. It literally just says every single thing. You just need to understand a little more. And there's a bunch of like mission editor tutorials. You don't need me. Okay, pretty simple. And then we have this ships. I've actually never used this, but it's just simple ships. You can decide what ships, state, what skill they have. Straight to the point. Helis. You can set their altitude, speed. If they start from the ground, does they need to take off or they need to land? The skill again. What kind of thing they need to do if it's AI, so like CAS, close air support, escort, transport, nothing, anti-ship strike. There's a bunch of stuff. Airplanes. Now this is where most of you are gonna be, especially when you start, because this is the only thing you get. Right. Let's go over this slowly. Cap. There's all of these, which is like things you can do. This is the skill, and then if it's you, then you have to pick either client or player if you want to play it. So either client or player. All of the other ones are just AI. All this not important. Here, obviously altitude. If you land, start from ramp, parking, runway. Yeah, that's it in this. And then this is some things that you can do. I actually see a lot of people not do this even though they're playing for a long time. Remove the flippin' labels. This is how you do it. You press on this V right there. This is so annoying watching other people have this, because it ruins the scenery. And it's so annoying. And also this, it just ruins the game. That's not fun. This you could make wind, which is really cool. This is save, this is open file, simple stuff. And yeah, that's the mission editor done. Okay, campaign builder, honestly, never touched it, to be honest. Right, now here, this is your, you can press here again for instant action or set wallpaper. Actually don't know why I didn't set this as wallpaper. Here, this is all your modules, which is like whatever you want, like all of these. This is if you want to be offline or online. This is log out. Options. This is a little annoying. This is obviously your view, what graphics you have. This control. This is one heck of a ride. Depends what kind of plane you're flying. It's quite annoying actually. It is really annoying. Here you can search what kind of button you want. So like F16, like first detent, first. As you can see, even me, I'm struggling with this. First detent. So like stick and things. Right. Access commands is like your role and things. You can see it reacts with it. This is whatever HOTAS you're using. This is keyboard and mouse. This every single thing. And there's actual tutorials on whatever you want to bind. You can just write SE27 setup controls. You'll find it. It's every single thing. This is some things if you want to see. Some other things special. Yeah, nothing interesting. So this is this part explained. So yeah. Now actually, I want to go back to multiplayer. Again, like I said, this is super complicated for me. This was super complicated for me. Row, link sign binder. You pick it, you go to join. Okay, you wait. It's gonna take a while to load. And if you want to make your own server to play with friends, that's something so much complicated. It can take hours. And honestly, I haven't even done it myself. It's so complicated. I don't want to do it even. Okay, and there you go. You can see I am spectating right now. So if I go actually in this server, you can't spectate. Well, because that's how it goes. Right. So first of all, you need to scroll in whatever team you want to be, blue or red. Scroll down until you see like this kind of thing, and change this color. And you need to make sure that this is empty. Then you press it. I'll go find something that I actually want to play, maybe. You press it, you press briefing, and then you press fly. You wait, because it's going to take time. You can see it's now loading in, and that's pretty much it.
Now, let's talk about joysticks. Joysticks are really important because playing with mouse and keyboard is hard, to say the least. So, for the first month or two, when I started playing this game, I only used mouse and keyboard. It was terrible. After I don't know, a week or two, I bought it from AliExpress. I'll leave the link down below. This is a really, really good joystick for beginners, like I was. Which I don't know why I still have it, honestly. Maybe because I'm broke. But this is insane. It has like a 4-way switch right here, an axis right here, another axis, 3 buttons, a big button right here, a mode selector. There's 3 modes. Obviously the big throttle movement. You can adjust your tension right here, which is nice. Now the joystick, it's also really good. There's a couple of problems I will mention in a sec. There is 4 buttons right here, a 8-way switch. Pretty good. There's a trigger, a second trigger, and a slider right here, and 6 buttons that you can press. Now, also this had twist action, twist axis at the start, but it broke. Mine broke. Now let me explain to you why it's good for beginners and why it's only good for beginners. It's good because it's super cheap. It's like for $50 or something, even less. It's really, really cheap considering like TOTASes that are almost double the price. What am I saying? 10 times the price. This thing is really cheap considering that. But the reason why it's only good for beginners is that sometimes when I press this button to like the left or right or up and down, it just sticks there. So like if I want to look up, which is why I used to look up, it just like continues looking up until I press it again, and then it cancels it. And it's just really annoying when you're just trying to fly around. These have no problem. These axes have no problem. These have really small problems. They sometimes just stick to the like. Well, actually, now it's not doing it, but sometimes they just stick in to the surface and just like stay like this, and then you can press it again. It's kind of annoying, but as you can see, it doesn't happen often. Here you go. It kind of for a second. This, no problem. This, no problem. I don't really find too much use for it. But yeah. This is so problematic. So for the first like half a year or so, the twist action worked perfectly. I could like fly and use it to twist, to like rudder, and it was really good. But after a year or half a year, I didn't really count. It just didn't work. Like kind of like always went to the right or left, I can't remember. And like you can't do anything about it. It's really annoying. But all the other thing, but it, like for example the Y and X axis work. There's a dead zone right here that doesn't have, nothing happens. It doesn't feel high quality, but Obviously, this is cheap. This button always, like, I don't know, like half a year ago, just broke down that if I press it, it presses it twice. Like, once, twice. Once, twice. I don't know why it does that. It's really annoying. This is also a one-stage trigger, by the way. And now, then this was my missile button. But then, it's just not working anymore. So I switched to this. But this also sometimes shoots twice. If you're a fan, and you see my videos, you might have realized that sometimes I said, like, oh shit, I shot twice. This is why. Both these buttons are the reasons. This also has the same problem as this button. I sometimes like continues pressing it. It's kind of annoying. Not a big deal. This also has like a rest for your hand. It's really nice. I have pretty small hands, so I need to like raise my hand a little to get to the 5 and 6 buttons. But honestly, I don't. It's fine. And then obviously the wax doesn't work. This works perfectly. I use it as my brakes. All these buttons also work perfectly. So yeah, there isn't a lot of buttons. So this is also a reason why it's not good. But anything else, it's amazing. It's cheap, it works, and it has enough buttons to get started at DCS. So if you're starting at DCS, I would recommend this. If you're coming in DCS and you know you're going to get into this hobby and you put a lot of time into it, then I would recommend Winwing products. They have really, really good joysticks for considerably cheap. As long as it's like under $500, it's considered cheap. I know it's weird, but it's considered cheap. So there are a couple of these which are high quality, stay long and whatever. And yeah, this is what I think with the joystick.